Hey y'all, and welcome back. And my client, she look happy already. So we just taking a towel off her head to expose her. Look how tight and beautiful her coils are. One time I did a video and my client had really tight coils just like this, and I talked about how it was the prettiest curl pattern I ever seen. I like did like a really close up of the coil, and everybody's like, well, if it was such the most beautiful curls and coils you ever seen, why'd you put heat on it? And it's like, I'm not the one who come in here and be like, hey, I love your curly, coily hair, but let me press it. People come to me and request a silk press or curls or whatever they ask for. And, depending on what your hair goals are or your health of your hair goals, I'll make suggestions, but it's okay if people want to press their hair out every now and then. Like, it's totally fine. I wouldn't suggest, especially if you wear your hair natural all the time, I never suggest getting your hair, getting heat in your hair more than like 4 times a year. That's just me. I don't even put heat in my own hair more than 4 times a year. Lately, I've been doing it like twice a year, but that's just because I was working on something with my hair. Like I'm gonna make a real good in-depth video about me balancing my hormones sooner or later. I talked about this maybe last year in a video. But you see that good old blow dry? That's Jay, my assistant, blow drying my client's hair. Now let me show you. I'm gonna get back to the hormones. I know I'll be all over the place, y'all. Sorry. So I'm going in and I just wanted to show y'all. I don't know if you were paying attention just now when I was combing her hair, but as you see, it's really hard for me to get through her ends. So I never really do this, and when I do, I talk about why. But today she's going to have to get 2 passes because she wants her hair curled, but the only way to get a good trim is I'm going to have to flat iron it first. So I'm just going in and I'm pressing her edges. And let me get back to the hormone situation. So I've been working on balancing my hormones and just I'm on a weight loss journey still. And the last time, remember I made a video maybe like 2-3 years ago when I said I lost 100 pounds and my hair fell out. And that's because the way that I lost weight, I was doing a lot of green juice fasting, and it just imbalanced my hormones so bad, and my hair fell out. And it's like, what is going on? I didn't know what was going on. I thought I needed protein, all these vitamins. So I started taking hair fuel and up my protein, and my hair started coming back in. But I went to a specialist about my hormones, and she told me what was going on. She took all these blood tests. I did another video. I'm gonna link all these videos in the box or at the end of this video so you guys can get into it. But she did a list of blood work on me, and when the blood work came back, I knew what my body needed, and my hormones were all out of whack. So now I'm working on growing my hair back. My hair has grown so much since I've learned about this, and I just want to master it before I bring it to you guys. I just want to master it because I don't want to be like, this is what I did, and everybody thinks that it'll work for them. But I'm trying to master it so that I can bring it to y'all, because a lot of times when we're dealing with hair loss, it's coming from within. You know what I mean? Remember I told you, I've said in a few videos before, that when something is going on inside of your body, your hair, your nails, and your skin will tell you first. So we'll get to that one day when I just want to make sure that when I bring it to y'all, it's just all facts. You know what I mean? So I've just been doing a lot of research and studying. You would think I'm in school for it, but I'm going hard. I just did the 75 hard challenge. Today is actually the last day. 75 days of working out twice a day. One workout has to be outdoors, sticking to a diet, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages of any self-help nonfiction book, no alcohol, and taking one progress picture every day. So man, it is so serious to stick to something like that. And I did the 75 medium twice in a row, and then I just did 75 hard. And the last time I weighed myself all together from all 3 challenges, I was down 100 pounds. But from this challenge alone, the last time I weighed myself, I was down 30 pounds. So next week I'll update you because I'll weigh myself, later today and see, what this particular challenge has done. So just challenge yourself. I wouldn't say just jump into 75 hard unless you're ready because, man, you got to be a gangster. But, oh, all right. So here I'm showing you something. These are the two combs that I have, and I'm showing you because with the chase method, sometimes you have to use a thinner comb. You see the comb on the top has thinner teeth, and it'll help you get through that hair on the ends because even though the hair, when you put your comb underneath the hair like this, see what I just did? That's to do the chase method. That is just so it can separate all of those strands as you flat iron. Y'all also know I've been using a tool lately called the grip comb, but this is before I had got the grip comb. So I'm just doing a regular chase method. So if you really need to separate those strands, make sure that you get a smaller tooth comb. You need a wooden comb or a carbon comb, and those are the only two combs that won't melt, okay? So the wooden combs are usually called bone combs. I love a bone comb. Anytime you see me with that brown, reddish brown comb, it's called a bone comb. And then the comb I'm using today on her is a carbon comb. And the reason I'm using a carbon comb is because I was able to get smaller teeth to separate her ends. Because see, even right now, when I comb through her hair after I press it, her ends still stutter because it's been so long since she's had a trim that her ends are just coily and they're tight. And so you have to figure out a way to just separate the ends so you won't have to continuously go over the ends over and over again with the flat iron. So yeah, like I would say, you got to be a gangster when you're doing 75 hard, and it's really cool. I'm so excited about what my body is doing. I just feel so much stronger and happier, and I just feel like I wish I could bottle the feeling up. So, I can't wait till, I get this video out for y'all. I keep on thinking like, how am I going to format it? I just want it to be very interesting, but I also just want to make sure that, even this is a hair channel, so I'd rather me just talk about what it's done for my hair, and then all the weight loss stuff just be a bonus. So we'll see. Just pray I get it out sooner than later, because I know it's a lot of people who struggle with hormones and they don't even know it yet. And when I start telling you guys all of the symptoms of just hormonal imbalance and high cortisol and PCOS and endometriosis, just it gets deep. So, this is a video that I know that we all deserve who are going through it, especially those of us who don't realize it. I wasn't diagnosed till I was 38. I lived my whole life just living a healthy lifestyle, and the math wasn't mathing. And I'm like, why does my outer shell not match my physical efforts? I never got it. And one day I just went to a specialist. My friend recommended it. Thank God for her. And see how her hair is stuttering when I'm combing through it? It's just stuttering because her ends are just still wrapped up. So we got to cut all that off. Not all of that. I know that probably scared y'all, but we got to cut those ends off that's staggering through the teeth of the comb like that. Her earrings are so beautiful. It just kind of remind me of my mom. Rest in peace, mama. My mom loved African jewelry and African shapes and turquoise and sterling silver, so she would have really loved them. My mom would have put them like in the second piercing or the third piercing, because she'd have had a gigantic earring in the first one. But yeah, I'm just still pressing her hair one pass. So let's talk about this one pass thing. Now me, I'm always going to be like, one pass. Y'all better not do more than one pass. If your hairstylist doing more than one pass, just get out the chair and tell them, please stop. Please stop. Now, I'm doing one pass now, but what's going to happen is I have to trim the hair, and I need the hair as straight as possible to get a good trim. Now, usually I can get the hair really straight with the blow dryer, and you don't need it. You don't need to press the hair first. Or if you're wearing your hair straight, I'll press it first and then I'll trim it. But she wants her hair curled as well. So since she doesn't get her hair pressed often. It's not trained. Now I know y'all hate that word, or a lot of y'all don't like the word trained, but it's just not. It's just her hair is not trained to just get super straight with the blow dryer, and you got to work a little tiny bit harder just to make sure that her hair is straight so you can get a nice even trim. If not, when I cut it, it is just going to be all over the place. And every time she presses, it's going to be choppy. And I'm going to show you the result of just cutting the hair while it's curly, or cutting the hair while it's coily, or cutting the hair while it's not pressed out first. Every texture is not like that. Some textures you can literally blow dry the hair. Even textures just like hers, it'll blow out straight. But you know, everybody's, again, not the same. So we had to do this. We had to do it this way. We had to do this method first. Now, another thing is, if you have to do two passes on your hair, and this is that if you're at home, some people can't get their hair straight with the blow dryer when they're blow drying hair. I'm putting the cutting collar on now. Now, you see how choppy her hair is? It's like short pieces, long pieces, thin pieces, sheer pieces, just see through, all because of, you know, a lot of times people trim their hair themselves, or they trim it while it's coily. But you see how it's just like all over the place. So her hair is just super beautiful, but it just needs a little attention, you know? So we're not going to cut the hair straight across, because as you see, it's just shaped like a little oval. So I just follow the oval, and I'm going to trim it the way that it's growing, because if you trim it across, it's going to be all the way up to her shoulders, and that's no fun, especially when you are in love with the length. So I'm just going to go in and just round her hair out. Sometimes people's hair also grow into a V. I've cut people's hair into a V, and this is really up to the client. You know, I'll just turn them around in the mirror and explain to them, like, okay, so if I cut it across, this is what's going to happen. I think we should just cut it in the way that it's growing, especially because she's just going to wear her hair natural again. And so, you know, you just want to make sure that the client is happy when they leave the salon. So I like to explain every single thing that I'm doing. Next, I just pull the hair from the sides down and give her a face frame. I also pull it like right in front of the face. I don't ever cut the hair with a part unless the client wants like curtain bangs or regular bangs or Aaliyah layers, and they're going to always wear a middle part or always going to wear a side part. I'd rather just cut the hair all coming towards the face so it could just be even, and make sure that it's even all the way around. Doing the same thing on this side that I did on the other side. I'm gonna start showing y'all when I cut the hair. Some videos I show the hair in the face. Then I'm going to pull up all the hair that didn't reach at the 0 degree angle, and I'm just going to go in and make sure that those ends are off too. This is where the hair was really stuttering when I was combing. I'm just making sure that, you know, so see how silky. I mean, it was already silky, child, but it just like gets super silky when you go over it. Once you get those ends off, you can get that comb through it really easily without a fight. So now this is the part. Now she wants curls, just a little something something. She don't want like super tight curls, and she don't want them super loose either. It's also a very rainy day, so I'm going to have to wrap her hair up when she leaves, because I wouldn't dare send a client out. Back in the day when I used to work in the hair salon, all of our clients got wrapped before they left, because we would do dry wraps all day. We would comb it. I want you to pay attention to how big of a section I'm doing. I'm doing sections this gigantic because I don't need to break it down and make the hair straight again. I just want to put those curls in there for body and volume, you know, so she can have bounce and her hair can just be flowy, you know, just a good time. Now, yeah, back in the day, my clients would come in and we always put a scarf on their hair before they left, because they were getting dry wrapped. So they would get curled really tight and wrapped up, and it just lasts them. They would come in the salon 2-3 weeks later and still have curls. And we used to mess with them like, what you here for? Your hair's still done. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't do that anymore. They just want to leave with their hair done. I love wrapping my clients before they leave because that just helps to ensure that their hair is going to last a lot longer. I just like to set the hair, you know? So again, I'm just doing big sections because all I'm doing is making sure that she has curls. I love how shiny her hair is. It just looks like just ribbons. Just good old beautiful black ribbons. Love it. Now, if you are new here or you just don't remember why I say one pass is all you need, is because when you use too much heat on the hair, it breaks down the bonds of the hair and then you lose texture. You lose your natural curl pattern, you lose texture in your hair, you lose fullness, density, all of the things. So it's just best to do one pass because it helps keep the integrity of your hair. Now, I had talked to you guys, I think it was either in the last video or the video before that, where I asked you guys to give me suggestions because somebody told me that, because in my belief, from what I've known over the years, is if you break down your curl pattern, you just got to grow your new hair in. Like almost like when you get a relaxer, you just got to wait for your new strong hair to come from the root and you got to take care of it on its way in. But somebody told me that there are ways to get your curls back. So I asked in the last video, could anybody suggest some things for all of us? Because I need to know too, because that's a really serious thing. I would love to be able to help people get their curls back because I come across so many people whose curls have been damaged. And so I heard two things in the comments, and I'm gonna go back and read again because I hopefully some people gave more suggestions. But I heard K18, and I'm not super familiar with K18. Like I see it on my timeline, but I've never used it. So the person who suggested K18, I also need to know exactly what part of the line you use because there's so many products. I want to know what part of the line got the curls back for you because I want to try it on someone. And then also somebody recommended Olaplex. And again, Olaplex has a lot of parts to the line too. So I just want to know what parts help bring the curls back because I want to put it to the test and I would love to show you guys that on my channel. Sorry I had that ring light in y'all face the whole time. I had like hired somebody to help me film because I used to film my own videos for years and years and years. And last summer I hired somebody to help me film, and if I was behind the camera, I would have been paying more attention. Like, oh, we got to get that ring light out of the shot. But everybody don't pay attention to the same details as me. So I'm sorry I had it shining, shining in y'all face the whole time. But now this is the part where I'm just going to wrap her hair so she could go out in the rain. I know some of you probably loved how her hair looked and just wanted her to go out with all those black ribbons in her hair, but it's rainy and because she never gets her, it don't matter who you are. You go out in the rain, it's over for your hair, but her that never gets heat in her hair, it's really going to ruin her. You know what I mean? So you don't want to send anybody out there because a little bit of moisture, we can get in the shower and our hair is messed up. Just the smallest little bit of moisture would just ruin everything. And I want her to get everything that she needs to get out of her hairstyle for the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks until she washes her hair and it's back to normal. And so I'm wrapping it with Sanex strips. I'll link all these things that I used today, the brush, the Sanex strips, what else did I use today? I don't know if I use much of anything, but carbon combs. I'll put carbon combs, bone combs. I'll link all of that stuff for you guys to get into it if you need it at home and if you need it at your salon. And I'm just wrapping her up, making sure those loose pieces are in there so it doesn't fall down. And every time I wrap someone with Sanex, I just twist it a tiny bit so every hair is in place because, it's hair. So random strands will just do whatever they want to do. So I just twist it a little bit to make sure that every strand is going the direction that it needs to go. And she is done. I just thank you all for watching and I will absolutely see you guys next week. Bye.